welcome back.
Yeah.
So,
This is good.
it's been a long day.
Yeah.
We're drinking Sierra Nevada
The
pale ale,
Pale ale.
the regular pale ale. What you went to the Sierra Nevada brewery in Chico
I did.
a week ago.
I did. So I went to a lot of breweries on my vacation, and Sierra Nevada was far and away, in my mind, the...
You said best overall experience.
Yeah, it was just such an experience. It was oozing atmosphere. The unfortunate thing is that it's in Chico, California, which means that it's like 5 hours from everywhere. So, but it was fantastic. I highly recommend that you go. The food is to die for. Simply sensation.
Very good.
What are you smoking?
Well, this is interesting. I'm smoking the Gayworth and Hogarth Innerdale Flake, which is one of those really potpourri, soapy, like a woman's shower. It's very fruity and sweet and clean, and but this one in particular has more of that cinnamony.
You said ginger and
oranger,
allspice.
kind of like a really nice homemade Christmas cider. So I like this one as opposed to most of the other ones.
I'm smoking Cornell and Deal's Constellation. There's a nice mellow English.
But what is that pipe you're smoking it in?
This is a little shot pipe. It has a little piece of strawberry Juma on it.
Yeah, that was a pipe we took to our second Vegas show or third? Second Vegas show. This one is a fun pipe. This was actually a pipe. First time you and I went to Jeff's together, Jeff Graysick's shop to work with him. We both had 2 blocks. We both made a Dublin. First time using a 2-jaw chuck, which we don't even have one, but that's beside the point. This was the Dublin that you made. Mine, I think we sold.
Yeah, we sold that one.
But this one had a big pit on the side, on both sides, so we had to commandeer it. Hasn't burnt out yet. So, yeah, it's a nice little Dublin.
So, last week we talked about shaping, and we
shaped.
Yeah, we shaped. We showed you kind of the process that we go through and the mentalness of it, and just the way we make decisions during the shaping process.
To get the rough shape.
In regard to grain and all that kind of stuff. And so what we did this week is we took that pipe that we showed you last week and we drilled it.
With the whole shaping first and drilling second issue, we glue these little blocks on here for the center point on the lathe because we hand drill them on the lathe.
Yeah.
And so that's the whole point of these. People always ask, what are those little bump things?
And why did we put them there?
I don't know. Why did you put them there?
You're going to see the lines on the pipe. And what the lines allow you to do is to mark where you want all the holes to go. And so there's a bisecting line around the whole pipe this way. So everything lines up. And then here's the airway, here's the mortise. This is the angle of the mortise, and here's the angle of the chamber. And then you glue little points of little blobs of wood at the intersection points so you don't actually harm the block. Because what happens is you have a pin here and you push it with the pin against the spinning drill bit.
Yeah, and even you have to have a little block there because the super glue doesn't damage the block because you end up reshaping it a bit anyway. But if you just use the point straight on the block, it will actually push in the wood and the grain, and you can't get that mark out unless you get rid of the whole thing, but it can go in about 1/8 of an inch as far as effect, and even blasting it away doesn't work. So, but I was going to say something. Oh, it's just very interesting because it's kind of archaic the way it's done, and it's kind of there is some eyeballing and a lot of guesswork, and it's kind of archaic, but it's just fascinating because it's still the way it's done.
Right.
By a number of pipe makers. Most of the artisan pipe makers still do this.
But what's interesting about this, even though it is archaic and very physical, and not what you wouldn't think it would be precise, especially when you see the video of us doing it. It's just,
we have contact.
Yeah, there she blows. But this is drilled dead on.
Yep.
And that takes a lot of practice to do.
It's easier to do than drilling it on a drill press, honestly, as far as lining it up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just fascinating because it's already shaped, but
Yeah.
now it's drilled. Which all goes to, you know, we chose the chamber bits because it's easier to... choosing the chamber bit is not just what will smoke nice, you know, that's more of once it's done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whoever wants it, you know, will want to know what the chamber shape is, but it's often determined by the shape.
So hopefully the video that's that we're showing you of the drilling itself is illuminating. You can get a better idea of what goes on when we drill a pipe, and especially like when any of the high-end Danish guys or high-end American guys are drilling a pipe. This is usually how they're doing it. This is how it's created, especially the fancy, weird shapes.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try and follow this pipe through its whole life
Mm-hmm.
and kind of give you a little blow-by-blow of some of the more detail work. I mean, we're not going to get... This isn't a lesson necessarily. This is hopefully just to...
Just documentary, you know.
Yeah, because it's hard to visualize some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk to a pipe maker and he says, "Oh, I drill freehand," like, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is what it means.
Mm-hmm.
We had talked about a 3-pipe set. We got some of your feedback. And so we're going to... We've got the shapes that we want to do, generally.
Generally.
And we have, more specifically, we have the bowl sizes and proportions that we want to do in mind. So we're going to have a kind of a medium size, a squat, wide one, and then a taller, tapered one.
Yeah. I'm really excited about the pipe set, though.
Yeah.
I'm really, really excited about it. I'm glad everyone else is pretty excited about it, too. We are going to do 3 different shapes that aren't too similar. Like doing a tomato and a bulldog, they're both kind of short and squatty. Don't really want to do that. We're trying to get as much diversity in 3 pipes and as much uniformity in aesthetics as possible. So we're going to do 3 different shapes with 3 different bowl chambers, which we've pretty much decided. And then we're probably going to do a dark, sweet blast, and probably an orange accent piece on all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And maybe some sort of cool bag.
I think a cool bag, like some sort of traveling case kind of a deal.
Something a little more practical. Anywho,
I think that's it.
Are you sure?
I think so. Let the good people go back to their days.
Okay. I just feel like we didn't give them the entertainment that they come here to see.
Well, I mean, it's the internet. I mean, they should have low expectations, especially from us.
Follow us on Instagram. Because you'll know what we're doing and what we're working on. And if you don't have an Instagram, you should. And you should follow us at J&J Pipes. Because...
well, as somebody recently put on our Facebook, there's a lot of pipe porn on Instagram. We take some good pictures, and you can get some really cool... you can get your pipe fix for the day.
And you can keep up to date with what we're doing and where we're at and what's going on. So. Yeah. Alrighty. Ciao.